Hi everyone, and welcome back to Lakeside. So this is the second video I've put out for today, and this one's going to be about Lakeside and not about my project, which you will probably see first. And I should be talking about purely Lakeside this time, and my thoughts and where I'm going to be going. Over the last 2 months I haven't done really any work up here. I've done a bit but not much, but what I have been doing is looking at the layout as a whole and just getting into my head what I want to do and where I want to go with it. And I've come to the conclusion that I want to spend some money up here. And the reason being is that I know some people have said that why do I want to renew the track, and this is why I've been sort of toying with the idea of thinking about it. Should I do it? Should I not do it? But I've come to the conclusion that I want to do it. It's not so much that I need to do it, but I want to do it. For my own satisfaction, and also because I'm going to be taking up quite a bit of track anyway, to relay it, especially over that side where the canal is. As you know, or as you can remember, I did say that I want to take it to 2 tracks, over there. Keep it 4 tracks all the way up over to there, then to 2 tracks, and then back to 4 tracks where the station is. I've scrapped that idea. I want to keep it as 4 tracks all the way around now, because that will give me a far better running as regards what I can run on the layout at one time. Taking it down to 2 tracks over there limits me in the fact that I can only have 2 trains running at any one time. Whereas keeping it like it is now, I can at least run 4 trains at the same time. However, having said that, there are changes to be made. So when I make the changes, what I'm going to do is to do all the track, all the way around, relay that, and I'm going to delete most of the points because I just don't use them. And I want to rewire as well everything, because what I've done in the past is not good model railway etiquette, if you like. In my haste, I have put lighting on the same ring as the track in some cases, which is not a good idea. I need to have it all separate, so I've got lighting, any points which I do keep on another one, and the track. So I want to completely kind of redo it, if you like, because it has caused me issues in the past. I was working out how old this track was. Now some of it's new since I've done this layout, so that's what, 6 years old. And the rest of the track is what I recovered from my very first layout, which is from 2013. So that's 12, 13 years ago, something like that. My maths isn't working today, but it's old. And so I thought it's about time, if I'm going to do it, I might as well do it with all brand new track. So that's where the expense is going to come in, really. I'm not happy with the point motors I've got. They're getting old, and they were old, and they're not working as best as they should. But with the deletion of the points, then I can't see that many point motors being used, because I can get to most points without any problem. There's just 1 or 2 where I'll have to have them motorised. So I'm going to take the camera off the tripod, and I'll show you briefly around and let you know what my plans are I'm not going to be persuaded by comments or anything to go, oh well, it'd be best if you do that. I don't care. I've got it up here how I want it, and it may not be up to other people's expectations or their plans, but as you know, it's rule one, isn't it? I'm going to do it how I want to do it, and it's not a case of just making it up as I go along. I've got a fairly good idea what I want to do now. So let's take the camera off the tripod and I'll show you around. Okay? See you in a minute. Bye. Right, hello again. So I think it's probably best if we start here. Now as regards to the layout, the track layout, then there's not going to be any change here. All the track will come up, but I'm going to keep the actual track layout the same up to that point. But it's when we get to here, this area here. Now as you can see, I've just placed my, just roughly, the Hornby suspension bridge, which I've modified into 2 tracks, as you can see there. So that will give me 2 tracks. This bridge here, I'm either going to take up completely or modify it or put down another kind of bridge. Undecided on that yet, but I'm erring on the case of keeping the bridge but taking it down to 2 tracks, so it's those 2 will go, which will run over there, and keep these 2. So it's a case of deleting that side and then pushing this lot over to meet here. So that's the plan at the moment. And then when it goes up to there, this point, the track will then curve round and meet up with the existing track here. I also want to reinstate that tunnel just up there. Now I was going to keep that for the canal to go through, but I would like to reinstate that with a small station like I did on my previous layout. And then this here, as you know, I want to try and move this out of the way because it's blocking this really, it just gets in the way. I want to try and move that and put that up where the village is and bolt it up against there if you like, or over the top. It will mean redoing the cycleway, but I don't have a problem with that, I can do that. I know that's just kind of a replica of our house and garden, but I'm going to have to just cut that down a bit, I think, or reposition it. But I can sort that out at the time when I clear all this. I'll have a better idea then. Because this is all on a separate board, as you can see, just there. And here, that's a completely separate board. So I can just lift that up completely. So that takes care of that side. So yes, it will still be 4 tracks, but not joined together there. They'll be separated. I want to keep that Hornby bridge because I like it. I will be repainting it because it's all in grey primer at the moment. So that will go back to its original colour of blue and gold, which I think I've still got actually. I've still got the bits and pieces for that in blue and gold. But if not, I can easily repaint it. So I will be covering up a bit of the lake with that, but I will obviously be deleting some of the bridge here, which will open it back up again. So I'm not really going to be losing too much there as regards the lake. Right, so if we come back round to this side, now it's not going to be modified as such. I'm quite happy with it. The only thing I'm not happy with is just there where you can see the DMUs there. The sun's coming through. Underneath that road system are 4 tracks which I had intended to be storage, just so that I can put longer trains underneath and not have to keep taking them off. The problem is, my fault, when I put the electrics in for the street lamps, they are now getting in the way, the wiring, because they go down below. The wiring gets in the way of me utilising those tracks. So I haven't been using them. So I want to modify that, take this road up, which only literally lifts up, take that up and redo the lighting underneath, so that I can utilise those tracks. And I'm not happy with these lights. They're very, very flimsy, these things. So I'm going to be looking around for some different lighting. But I need to do that anyway because I want to rewire it. Obviously the lift and everything is going to stay. All the houses, the buildings are going to stay. Just a slight change in the wiring really along here. All this will come up. I've got a point there and a point underneath that carriage there, which I've never ever used ever since I put them in. So that's not going to be there, that's just going to be straight track. Likewise, let's go this way. I've got some crossovers there of points, never ever used them, so they're going. Is to make things more efficient and with less things to go wrong. The engine shed area here, that's all staying. I haven't got to do anything with that, that's fine. I've got the opposite way of turnouts for here and for here. They're going, just going to be straight track. Again, never used them. So the only thing I've got to modify really is that point there and that point there, where they go off into the different tracks underneath the road. And I want to modify them because they just don't work very well. That's again old points. And is that one motorised? Yeah, that one's motorised. I think that one up there is motorised too. But again, the motors are so crap now that they don't particularly work very well. So I should put some new point motors in those, and hopefully they will work better than what's there. But certainly these ones will go. These are all point motors. So that really is about it. So there's a fair bit of work to do, a fair chunk of money for replacing the track, which I don't mind because to me the track is the foundation of the layout, and if it's not working right then it's never going to be right. So I want to replace all the track work. And once I've done that, then I can sort that out and this out. But it will follow the same general layout as what I've got already. Haven't got an issue with that. This point here is constantly giving me issues. There's something not right about that point. I've tried so many different things, it will not go right. So I'll be glad when that's out. I think you know how it is.
you get to a certain point and you think it's just not working. It's just not working, and it isn't at the moment. It's all very hit and miss. If I'm lucky it works, if I'm not lucky it doesn't work. And this part here is a mishmash of old and new. So it needs work. That's basically what I'm saying. It needs work. It needs fresh track work putting down, and motors wherever possible. I mean, I've got a motor under here, but if I bring that forward slightly I won't need a motor because I can just get to it with my hand. Likewise with this one, I probably don't have to actually move it because I would be able to get to it here. So I probably won't have to move that one. Just move that one further down here. Bring that forward a bit. So that is about it. So it's new track all the way around, and I can just spray water on this and it should lift up fairly easily, leaving the foam behind. I will have to take up the ballast, which I don't mind because I hate this colour, which I airbrushed, and I really don't like that colour. So I should look forward to this. It'll give me a little bit more enthusiasm to come up here and do the work. Because I must admit, I think because of the issues I've been having, then that's probably why I've lost a bit of interest, because I'm thinking, oh, I'll go up there and do a running session knowing that when I come up here I'm going to get derailing and all sorts of things happening. So I think if I spend a little bit of money, or quite a bit of money, and some time, then I can get this running as I want it. So that's the plan. That's the plan. Yeah. So I should start ordering some track, I think. If I can get all that first, then I can start taking it up bit by bit and relaying it. So we'll see how it goes. Good. Okay. I think that's all I've got to say at the moment on this. So hopefully you'll be able to see me working on taking the old track up and putting the new stuff down and redoing the lighting, especially over there. I mean, that's where most of the lighting is, over there, and also on, I'll try and move slowly, the lighting for the castle, because that's a mishmash of wires which doesn't need to be like that. So I can redo that at the same time and make a better job of it. Okay, so just a short one today, but hopefully that's given you an insight of what I want to do and where I want to go. And with a bit of luck and a following wind, I'll have a nice reliable layout at long last. Because it's not reliable at the moment. You may not think so, but it's not reliable. It really isn't. Okay, I'll speak to you again soon. So have a lovely weekend, what's remaining of it, and I'll speak to you again soon. Okay, so bye for now. Bye.